Emotional mastery is the cornerstone of natural attraction, and yet it's the single quality that 99% of men completely overlook. Most men allow their moods, their frustrations, and even minor irritations to dictate how they behave in every situation. A text message that isn't answered immediately can spark anxiety. A disagreement at work can trigger anger. A small social hiccup can cause embarrassment or panic. Every reaction becomes a signal, and women are subconsciously reading those signals constantly. Emotional mastery isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing how you respond deliberately. It's the ability to take a step back, breathe, and evaluate before acting. It's about refusing to let external circumstances control your internal state. When a man develops this skill, he becomes a stabilizing force. He does not crumble under pressure. He does not lash out or panic. Women perceive this immediately, even if they can't articulate why. They notice the way he handles tension with calmness, how he approaches challenges without losing composure. This quality communicates power, confidence, and trustworthiness without a single word being spoken. Emotional mastery is also contagious. It creates a sense of safety. Women feel secure, knowing that the man they are around is capable of handling uncertainty, chaos, and stress with control. It shifts the dynamic from one of unpredictability to one of respect. Beyond attraction, emotional mastery cultivates a presence that commands attention naturally. Men who master this are not trying to impress, they simply exist with authority over themselves. Every decision, every response, every moment reflects a deliberate control that signals maturity and competence. Developing this skill requires consistent self-awareness, reflection, and the discipline to pause before responding. It requires understanding that your feelings are signals, not commands. The instant a man internalizes this, he separates himself from the vast majority who are ruled by impulse and emotion. Women are drawn to this because it represents stability, intelligence, and resilience, the foundation of both respect and attraction. Emotional mastery transforms ordinary men into unforgettable presences, creating magnetic energy that works silently but powerfully in every interaction. Calm presence is one of the most overlooked but profoundly magnetic qualities a man can possess. It's not flashy, it doesn't require money, status, or brute strength, but it communicates something far more powerful than all of that combined: reliability. Women notice it instinctively because it signals that a man is capable of handling life without losing control, and that sense of security is deeply attractive. Most men allow external events to dictate their behavior. A sudden change in plans, an unexpected confrontation, or even a minor social awkwardness can trigger panic, fidgeting, or overcompensation. That reaction, though often unconscious, is visible to everyone around them and signals instability. A man with a calm presence operates differently. He doesn't let the situation dictate his mood or behavior. Instead, he absorbs the tension, processes it internally, and responds thoughtfully. This ability to remain grounded, even when circumstances are chaotic, creates a sense of authority without words. It's subtle but unmistakable, a quiet energy that makes people naturally gravitate toward him. Calmness under pressure is also contagious. When a man doesn't react impulsively, others in the environment start to mirror that steadiness. Conversations stay productive, conflicts de-escalate naturally, and women feel the difference immediately. They feel safe, they feel respected, and they feel drawn to that stability. Maintaining a calm presence isn't about suppressing emotion, it's about mastery over it. It's understanding that anger, frustration, or anxiety are natural impulses, but they don't have to control your actions. A man who embodies calm presence evaluates, decides, and acts deliberately rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, this becomes a signature energy, a man who is unshakable in stressful moments, who can navigate chaos without appearing tense, who communicates strength simply by being composed. That kind of presence makes ordinary interactions feel extraordinary. Women notice it in subtle ways: the way he moves through a crowded room, the way he responds to minor irritations, the way he handles unexpected challenges without losing his center. It doesn't demand explanation or justification, it simply resonates. Calm presence signals trustworthiness, competence, and control, and these are qualities that women are instinctively wired to seek in men. When a man masters this, he's no longer just another face in the crowd. He becomes the anchor, the stabilizing force, the one who draws attention effortlessly. It's a quiet power, yet one of the most potent forms of natural attraction a man can develop. Silent confidence is one of the most magnetic qualities a man can cultivate. and it's completely misunderstood by the majority of men chasing attention through words, appearances, or gestures. True attraction doesn't come from trying to impress, it comes from energy. Women are wired to feel subtle cues, and silent confidence broadcasts a message louder than any boast, display, or act ever could. It's the quiet assurance that a man knows who he is, what he stands for, and that he doesn't need validation from anyone around him. Most men overcompensate. They talk too much. They exaggerate accomplishments. They force charm, and in doing so, they expose insecurity rather than strength. Silent confidence operates differently. It's visible in posture, in tone, in the way a man carries himself through the world. He doesn't seek permission to exist. He simply exists with authority over himself. This confidence isn't arrogant or loud. It's understated, unshakable, and consistent. Women pick up on it instantly because it signals stability, security, and emotional maturity. They don't need to hear him brag or prove anything. His energy communicates that for him. Silent confidence also creates curiosity. People are drawn to it without even realizing why. When a man is grounded in himself and unbothered by external pressures, he naturally commands attention, inspires respect, and becomes memorable. It changes the dynamics of interaction. Conversations flow differently, opportunities open naturally, and women instinctively feel trust and attraction. Developing silent confidence requires internal mastery, understanding that your worth isn't tied to others' approval, embracing your strengths and weaknesses without defensiveness, and showing up fully in every moment without needing external validation. It's also about restraint, knowing when to speak and when to observe, when to act and when to let life unfold around you. That restraint magnifies impact. The fewer unnecessary moves you make, the more powerful your presence becomes. Silent confidence is energy, not ego, and energy is always felt before it's understood. Women respond to it instinctively because it signals someone who is in control of himself, someone reliable, someone who doesn't crumble under pressure, and someone who doesn't need to constantly prove his value. When a man embodies silent confidence, he stops competing with the noise of the world and instead becomes the quiet force that draws attention effortlessly. That energy alone creates attraction that is natural, magnetic, and long-lasting. Focusing on what you can control is a game changer, yet it's a principle that almost no man truly lives by. Most people waste endless energy trying to fix things outside their influence, other people's opinions, unexpected events, social drama, or situations that are completely beyond their control. That constant struggle not only creates stress and frustration, but also makes a man reactive, anxious, and ultimately unappealing. Women instinctively notice this energy of chaos and instability, and it pushes them away rather than draws them in. A man who masters focus on control, however, flips this entire dynamic. He understands that life will always throw challenges, disappointments, and obstacles his way, but he refuses to give them the power to dictate his emotions or his behavior. Instead of reacting to every minor inconvenience or external fluctuation, he asks himself a simple question: what is within my power right now? That question changes everything. It immediately shifts attention inward toward action and response, rather than wasted energy on circumstances he cannot change. By consistently applying this mindset, a man becomes remarkably steady. He doesn't overreact, he doesn't panic, and he doesn't allow stress to cloud his decisions. Women notice this calm decisiveness because it communicates reliability, intelligence, and competence, all of which are deeply attractive on a subconscious level. Focusing on control also enhances presence. When a man knows where his power lies and refuses to surrender it to external chaos, he naturally exudes authority without arrogance. Others are drawn to his energy because it feels safe, grounded, and purposeful. Moreover, this approach breeds emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. A man who concentrates only on what he can influence avoids unnecessary anxiety and stays productive and composed, even when others falter. This kind of discipline and clarity makes him rare, placing him in the top 1% of men who naturally command respect and admiration. It also strengthens internal confidence, because mastery over self and circumstance reinforces the belief that he is capable of handling whatever life throws at him. Women feel this confidence intuitively, even if they don't consciously recognize why they're attracted. It's the combination of calmness, decisiveness, and emotional control that creates a magnetic presence. When a man internalizes the principle of focusing only on what he can control, he stops being reactive, stops chasing validation, and instead becomes the anchor in any situation. That focus is silent, invisible, yet profoundly powerful, and it's one of the most potent tools for natural attraction a man can develop.